Hello friends, welcome to my kitchen. In a small bowl, combine 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of curry powder. Add olive oil. Mix everything well until the spices come together into a smooth, fragrant mixture. Friends, it's wonderful to know where you're watching from. Share your city and country, and US friends, tell me your state as well. Now, place 6 chicken drumsticks into a large, deep bowl. Add the spice mixture to the chicken. Using your hands, gently but thoroughly rub each piece, making sure the seasoning reaches every surface. Into a heated, large frying pan, pour olive oil. Feel free to ask any questions about the recipe in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I see them. Add about 1/4 of a stick or 30 grams of butter. Let the butter melt slowly until it begins to gently sizzle. This combination of oil and butter gives both flavor and stability, helping the chicken brown beautifully without burning. Place the chicken drumsticks into the pan in a single layer. Let them cook undisturbed at first, allowing a golden crust to form. Turn them carefully, browning all sides until they develop a rich, appetizing color. At this stage, the goal is not to cook the chicken through, but to seal in the juices. This step is essential for keeping the meat tender and flavorful later. Remove the chicken from the pan. Thank you for being with us, dear subscribers. You can now support our channel by becoming a sponsor and enjoy early access to new videos. We truly appreciate your support. Finely chop 1 red onion. Red onion contains antioxidants that help support the heart and overall wellness, turning an everyday ingredient into something quietly nourishing. Add the onion to the same pan, letting it absorb all the flavors left behind by the chicken. Sauté over medium heat until soft and translucent. Finely chop 2 cloves of garlic. That familiar aroma rises instantly, the kind that brings back memories of warm kitchens, where something good was always simmering, and everyone knew dinner was almost ready. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking it. It's a simple way to show your support. And add them to the onion. Stir gently and cook just until fragrant. Dice 1 tomato into small cubes. Tomatoes bring a gentle freshness to the pan, rich in vitamin C and lycopene. The kind of simple goodness that supports the heart without weighing the dish down. and add it to the pan. Cook everything together for 1 to 2 minutes, letting the tomato soften and release its juices. This adds natural acidity and balance, helping the sauce feel rounded and complete. Sprinkle in 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Stir well. The spice warms gently in the pan, releasing a deep smoky aroma. Add 2 tablespoons of flour, stirring quickly so it absorbs the fat, and lightly toasts. This step may seem small, but it is what gives the sauce its future body and smooth texture. Pour in 3½ ounces or 100 grams of tomato puree, followed by 3/4 cup or 200 milliliters of chicken broth. Season with 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Stir slowly and steadily until the sauce becomes smooth and unified. Then, return the browned chicken drumsticks to the pan, gently nestling them into the sauce. Reduce the heat to low and cover with a lid. Let everything simmer for 20 to 25 minutes. Now, remove the chicken from the pan. Pour in 2/3 cup or 150 milliliters of cream, stirring constantly. Watch as the sauce turns silky and smooth. This creamy base softens the spices and creates that familiar, comforting texture many of us associate with home cooking. Return the chicken to the pan. Cover with a lid and let it cook gently until the meat becomes very tender and easily pulls away from the bone. Now move on to the side dish. Pour water into a saucepan. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. Then add 1 cup of rice. Cook according to the package instructions. Check the rice with a spoon. Then remove it from the heat. Prepare the vegetables. Pour olive oil into a pan. Next, add about 1/4 stick or 30 grams of butter. Let it melt gently. Finely dice 1 white onion. As it's cut, that familiar, gentle aroma appears, the kind that always meant something good was starting in the kitchen, while onions naturally support the heart and immunity. add it to the pan. Cook until soft and fragrant. Dice 1 red bell pepper. Its bright color and gentle sweetness always bring a feeling of warmth to the kitchen, while vitamin C supports immunity. Add it in. Mix well. Next, dice 300 grams of mushrooms. Their earthy aroma often reminds us of slow, comforting meals, and their B vitamins help support energy throughout the day. Add them to the pan. Then, dice 1 carrot. That familiar orange color brings back memories of simple home cooking, and its beta-carotene supports vision and skin health. Add it in. Slice 3 to 4 celery stalks. Celery adds a clean, fresh note and gently supports digestion, just like in the light vegetable dishes many of us grew up with. add it to the vegetables. Cook everything together until the vegetables are soft and the moisture from the mushrooms has fully evaporated. Add the cooked rice directly to the pan with the vegetables. Mix gently but thoroughly. Season with salt and black pepper to taste. Sprinkle in 1 teaspoon of curry powder. Stir until evenly distributed, allowing the warm spice to coat every grain. Finely chop a small bunch of fresh parsley. Fresh herbs lift the dish and bring balance to the warmth of the spices. Fold it into the rice and vegetables. Now, place the hot chicken drumsticks onto a plate. Add a generous portion of the fragrant rice with vegetables, warm and full of color. Spoon the thick, creamy tomato sauce over the chicken, letting it gently settle and soak into the rice. The golden chicken, the soft grains of rice, and the velvety sauce come together naturally, filling the kitchen with a deep, comforting aroma. Everything looks rich, calm, and familiar. I truly hope this recipe brings warmth, good memories, and a feeling of care into your home. Thank you for cooking with me today. But that's not all. I have a second equally delicious recipe for you. First, pour some olive oil into a baking dish. Now, place 8 chicken thighs in the dish. Then add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of basil, finely chop 3 to 4 garlic cloves. add them to the chicken. Mix all the spices thoroughly. Cover the dish with plastic wrap. Leave it to marinate for about 10 to 15 minutes. While the chicken is marinating, let's prepare the potatoes. Cut 6 to 8 potatoes into large half rings. Put them on a baking tray with high sides. Pour 2 tablespoons of olive oil over the potatoes. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of dried garlic. Mix everything well with your hands and spread the potatoes evenly on the tray. Now, peel the plastic wrap off the chicken and place the marinated chicken on top of the potatoes. Put the tray in the oven for 30 minutes at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Now take 1 cabbage, cut it in half. Finely chop 1/2 of the cabbage. After 30 minutes, take the chicken and potatoes out of the oven. Remove the chicken from the tray. Add 1 cup of rice to the potatoes. Slice 1 bell pepper into strips. Add it to the potatoes and rice. Cut 2 carrots into half rings. Add them to the mix. Stir everything together. Then add the chopped cabbage to the tray. In a small bowl, mix 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 1 tablespoon of basil, 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 2 cups of water, stir well to combine. Pour this mixture over everything on the baking tray. Place the chicken back on top. Cover the tray with a sheet of parchment paper that's soaked in water. Put the tray back in the oven for 40 minutes at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Once it's ready, take the chicken and vegetables out of the oven. Remove the parchment paper. Place the chicken on a plate. And serve with the delicious, hearty vegetables next to it. Now is the time to try it. Enjoy the rich, comforting flavors. The tender chicken, golden crispy potatoes, and perfectly seasoned vegetables come together most delightfully, creating a dish that's both hearty and comforting. It's one of those meals that wraps you in warmth with every bite. I hope this recipe brings the same sense of joy and delicious coziness to your family as it did to mine. Thank you for cooking with me today.